others, is that as we study this and look at it, like once we get it done, we're excited, and I'm excited and I got it done. But at the same time too, where am I going to apply the knowledge? How am I going to do that? And also at the same time too, it sounds like PMI, well, obviously so, recalibrated, took a look back, assessed what was happening. And this whole project piece, I think, is more important and more recognized by the corporation to how to deliver value, strategy, and be competitive. So I think that's where we play a key role. So I'm just kind of like going into that because I think it's really exciting. And it certainly beats like, well, I got to study for this test to get the next role, the next job. No, it's like we're on a new mission. That's how I see that. And I think you started to dig into that, and you probably have even before I started to listen to you, but you started to dig into that about a week ago, and you touched upon it a bit where how the PMI is starting to like redefine some of the things in that book. Oh, I think I lost you.
Oh, I said thank you, Chris. I was muted.
Oh, yeah, did you hear me? I was like thinking, boy, that was a great speech, but nobody heard me.
No, that's a really great point. I mean, it's all about taking it to the next level, because it's one thing to get certified and be a PM in a corner, but it's another thing to want to be that PMP that makes the difference. Being a PMP, you know, I think people have wrong conceptions of being PMPs. People think being a PMP just means you're a project manager and pushing around stuff. And no, you're a leader, you know. Being a PMP, you're a leader who can take it to the next level. I've trained all sorts of PMPs, VP level, C-level executives. And those people know that in order to get your house right, get your department right, get your firm right, you got to know the process. You got to know how to help your people find a process, find uniformity. You know, not just, gone are the days when you would work on projects and it would just be flying by the seat of your pants. No, it's all changed. We have to be more specific, more measurable. We have to be time framed and time minded, you know, put things into a time box, hence the SMART acronym. So yeah, it's definitely going to the next level. I think these folks who are trying to get certified on the 6th, hey, the content in the 6th, it's a perfect opportunity for you to build on even higher ground, because PMI have taken it up a level. So I want you to look at that as an advantage. Kenya, everyone else, look at the 6th edition as an advantage, right? To take it to the next level, especially when it comes to the talent triangle. Talent triangle is definitely a key one. Christine says, I look at passing the PMP exam as my foundation to build on and grow. Absolutely. Hey, Christine, do you have anything to add? Do you want to unmute and come and speak some words of wisdom to us?
Well, I think not only I was looking at you know, passing and becoming a PMP to further my career, but in reality it makes you more of a well-rounded person. You think broadly, you think big picture, you take in a lot of different things and you look at things differently. But I also look at it as now it's fueled that fire to keep growing as an individual and, you know, in my profession. So I look at it as my first pillar.
Absolutely.
It's not the end, or
yeah.
It's not just one and done. It is the beginning of, you know, a different future, a different path.
Absolutely. And Christine, did I hear you say that you're going to take it to the next level and do like a Six Sigma black belt or green belt or something like that?
Yes. So I've already started studying for my Six Sigma black belt, and I've been thinking about taking a little break, but I have cracked open my books already this week. Wow. So, and that's just that's the second part. Then I plan on going to look at business process management. So to me, they're all interrelated. A lot of you know, you look at processes and you try to build things that are sustainable. that you take in, the lowest person, the user, for me, one of the things that I think is constantly missed is the people who do the projects or do the implementations of the projects do not ever take in consideration the people that use the products. And so they have never really totally been included in the projects that I've seen. And they're constantly putting Band-Aids on things. And that's a terrible place to live as a business. And so we should be better. But it's a lot of wading through, but you need to actually have, that level of expertise and that care to do that. So yes, I think of this as a beginning, not one and done, and I'm off and running somewhere else.
That's a great inspiring point. Wow. From PMP to Six Sigma. Is that, you don't have to mention the name of the firm, Christine. I'm just wondering, is that going to be your company funded? Is that a company funded thing, or are you paying it out of your pocket?
Well, this is all out of my pocket.
Wow.
One of the things, I had a turning point in my job. I had a conversation with them to see if they were willing to invest in me. I've been with the company for about 15 years, and they were not, but I am.
Wow.
So this has all been on my own. I've already taken the Six Sigma courses, and I actually haven't been that satisfied with the courses I took, which is too bad. I almost wish I found you first, because I didn't really care for I didn't get as much out of it. It was kind of, it's one of those things where I think they were in it for the money, just let's do, and it is much more than that. I think that's probably, I like your style. You truly care, and the way that you present material and really break it down and want people to succeed. I think that's really what it's all about.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you. Hey, if you could do us, could you just chat in if you are able to do that? Because I know a lot of folks are thinking about Six Sigma, and I've got some ideas about where they could go. But if you've got an idea and it's a nice and cost-effective way that people can get it, can you just chat it into the chat box for those people? Because I've gotten quite a number of questions about Phil. I want to do either Six Sigma. I've gotten Phil, I want to do ACP. Someone said, Phil, I want to do RMP. So I wanted to address those, and if Christine can just help us chat in the site, and then people on the call can get an idea about where to go. So I appreciate that, Christine. Thank you very much for adding some value here. Those folks who want to do the ACP, if you are a PMP and you want to do the ACP, here is my 2 cents to you, plain and simple. We don't have a course that we are delivering publicly. Our ACP and Scrum course is delivered only to corporations at this time. I mentioned we've got a course coming up next week, but again, it's for a corporation, it's private. So unfortunately, we can't make those open to the public in the area of Scrum or even in Agile. But I would like you to look into the Scrum Alliance's website. If you have not been to the Scrum Alliance website, you want to do that, okay? You want to go through a CSM course with a seasoned instructor. In fact, most of the instructors I know, I don't know of any Scrum instructor that I would say doesn't know his chops or her chops. So go to the Scrum Alliance site, look for a course around you. Sometimes you've got deals, you've got offers. My suggestion would be to look for a great deal. Usually with the PMI chapter is also another good one to look out for. PMI chapter, they have some great steals every now and again. So ask your PMI chapter, is there anything coming up? Do you have any courses that we can attend for Scrum and also for ACP? Like the Scrum course I attended was actually put together by the PMI Phoenix chapter. It was cost effective. And it was great. They got a really great instructor to come in and blow our minds. I mean, us waterfall driven people, even though I was a little bit into the agile mindset with Rad and Jad back then, but this guy blew the lid off our thinking when it came to agile and Scrum. So I would highly recommend, before you do your ACP course, go for Scrum training, and you'll be able to live this stuff in the real world, not just reading from a book, not just reading from a book about all of these things that happen in the world of Agile and Scrum. A great instructor will put you to the test, will put you to scoring user stories, will put you to reenacting, what do we call it? Those periods where we look back, retrospectives is the word, or the 24-hour daily stand-up. The good instructors will put you to the test to carry these out, to simulate them. So if you're looking to do the ACP, my advice to everyone, do your Scrum training first. Understand Scrum and Agile. And, they're very good. Those instructors are very good to show you what Agile is in an organic sense. To be honest, on my ACP exam, if I did not have that background, that organic background of what Agile is from an organic sense, there's no way I would have gotten those questions right. Here's the thing. I read all sorts of books, study guides, and I even did a course that one of our instructors put together. That was all well and good, but without the organic understanding of Agile, without understanding the Agile manifesto, you will probably find that exam very difficult, because they're only testing you on the mindset, predominantly the mindset. I know there's a lot of bits and pieces about leadership and so on, but understanding the Agile mindset is big. So my main point is, go for your Scrum training first, become a CSM, and then add the Agile piece on top of it. Okay? I saw a message a few seconds ago. Why did you retract the message? Barakat, I was going to cover that message. Barakat's question was something to the effect of, I have got the PMP exam coming up in April. I don't think I've got enough time to study. What should I do? So can you guys, my PMP bosses, help him out or her out? How can Barakat get ready for the PMP exam with a limited time frame? Yinka, do you want to cover this? Because you are a grandmaster in having a limited time and killing it. So can you help Barakat out?
Can you, I'm sorry, I'll read in Christine's message. Could you repeat that question, please, Coach Phil?
We had a question on YouTube from Barakat, and the question was, I have my exam coming up in the next, 16th of April.
Okay. And
I don't have time to study. What should I do? Do you have any advice?
Well, Barakat, you have to mentally prepare that, okay, I think if it's on the 16th of April, that's about 2 weeks actually. That's about 2 weeks, so it's not that much time. You just want to give your best shot with the little time that you have, so that if it means going on 3 hours of sleep, let it be so for the 2 weeks that you have, and just give it everything. Again, I can emphasize this enough. Coach Phil, I don't know if do you have marks on the 6th edition out right now?
We have 1 200 question mark, and we're building. Of course, people in this group, and I gave a shout out to Heather. We got some people writing. And hey, if you want to write, Yinka, I know she'll love. Chris, hey, Christine, if you guys want to write, my group message is still there. I need your help. So if you want to drop some major help to people. And so what I'm looking for from your own industries, how projects are run, you can use the lingo in, nonprofit, engineering, wherever you've been, anyway, that's beside the point. I'm sorry, I digress. So you were asking about mock exams. We've got one.
Oh, okay. So I would advise that you take the mock exam, because if anything, I'm just going to go back a bit. It's not just so much a test of your knowledge. It's, endurance, and, how do you handle pressure, and all those different factors combined. And what the mock exams do for you is it puts you at ease a bit, because you go there and because you've taken a similar exam under similar circumstances, so you're not as nervous, and you're able to mull through the questions faster and easier, basically. So I would advise that you focus more on mocks at this point, and try to close any gaps that you might still have with the 2 weeks that you have left. It's a lot of material, and I'm assuming that you've already started to prepare before this, but close any gaps that you still have, and go on the LMS, on the Praizion media, and definitely do their mocks. You'll be so happy that you did.
Thank you, Yinka. And I mean, Barakat, that is not my suggestion. In my mind, I was just wondering, how can you be helped? I even forgot, you should go to our LMS. You see, your buddy Phil is not about selling. Your buddy Phil wants to help you. So much so I even forgot that one of the things we have, the LMS, could help you. So going back to Yinka's point, Barakat, get on the LMS. Like she said, even if it means 3 hours of sleep. Hey, I went 18 hours hard for about 9 days, hardcore studying this book. Seriously. And I'm not even studying to be a PMP. This is Phil studying the book, using the book to create content for people. 18 hours, hardcore, day in, day out. So Barakat, my suggestion, if you spent $555 for the PMP exam, you got to put your 101% into it. You got to create a clone of yourself in your head and use that clone and yourself to get this thing done. Okay? We got a question here from Alexander, and the question is about the PMBOK guide. Can I receive a hard copy from PMI of PMBOK guide as a member? Oh, I see. So, Alexander, you have to pay for the hard copy. If you don't pay for the hard copy, you can download. Aref is one of our students. Hey, Aref, when we get done with this call, hey, Aref, you're meant to be on the other call. Why aren't you in that call, man? You're paying for it. We've just gone through 1.5 hours of lessons learned. So you should have been in that other call, Aref. What happened? Aren't you in the Facebook group, man? Hey, get on the Facebook group. You're missing, because these PMP champions have been dropping gold, Aref. So Aref, get into the Facebook group, because before this YouTube broadcast, we actually started dropping gold in here. So you've missed about 1.5 hours. That's about 150 carats that you've missed. You want to join, okay? So Aref, we're going to sign you up for the mock exam and the quiz. We got your message just before this started, all right? And we're going to sign you up on the LMS. It's waiting for you. Don't worry. We're going to take care of you, man. Seriously. All of the studying that you need, just like our bosses on the phone have been narrating here for going to 2 hours, we're going to give you that same attention. We're going to help you, and we're going to help you kill this thing, all right? And everyone else, those of our old faithfuls who have been on the journey, Ken, Christine, not Christine, Ken, Kenya, and Kim, I believe it is. Yeah, we're going to take you guys to the place you need to be. So don't worry. But Alexander, you cannot get a hard copy of this except you pay the PMI. And the PMI will also give you the Agile Practice Guide in addition to this, because that is also a very helpful guide to understand Agile at a high level. Those of you that haven't been on the course yet, we have a special section for Agile that has been covered by one of our trainers on the system. So right now we're going through Vimeo for the most part, okay? It's very easy. People, you know, we've not had anyone saying, oh, I can't play the videos. But in a lot of these other LMS options we've had, we get the occasional, oh, Phil, I have problem with buffering speed and so on. And because we are so video heavy, you know, we call it Praizion media, we got a ton of media. Hey, if you played those videos from 12 in the morning, 12 a.m., it will take you to 12 a.m. the next day. It's like 1 day and 1 hour long. So if you sat down just watching the Praizion videos on this new system, in 24 hours, you're still not done. That is how deep it is. Okay, so Barakat, based on Yinka's suggestion, that is probably what you want to do, okay? We had a great chat from Christine. So those of you on the call, if you can just read through what Christine has recommended. I'm curious to know, Christine, how much that was. For those PMPs who had a different question, some PMPs said, I would like to take the RMP exam. We have a curriculum coming out for the RMP exam that has been produced in conjunction with one of my friends, the risk doctor, Dr. David Hilson. In fact, if you have not been to Dr. David Hilson's channel on YouTube, my friends out here on this other group, highly recommend go to the Risk Doctor's channel. My goodness, you talk about risk management being up to notch. Go to his channel, watch those videos. You know, by the time your buddy Phil recommends someone, I hardly ever recommend anyone that I'm not sure about. If I drop a name, it means I'm really sure about that person. Go to the Risk Doctor's channel. You want to become an RMP. In addition to the curriculum that we're cooking up with the Risk Doctor, you want to go to his channel, because as a practitioner of risk management, or even a project manager managing risks, you want to check out his channel. I think that may be one of the major bits of gold I've given you guys who are now PMPs. Go to his channel. He's got some really great videos that will expand your mind and your understanding. All right. Ken says the PMBOK hard copy is so much nicer than the PDF copy. I only look at the PMBOK soft copy. Oh, the hard copy is nicer. Oh, that's nicer. PMI would love you, Ken. Hey, PMI should give you a PMP just for that statement. because, because for everyone, they're really not very happy about the hard copy. They like the soft copy more because of the security paper. But hey, Ken, I can understand lugging about this book. If the paper was like the 5th edition, it would be a nightmare for many people. So I can understand that. Hey, Christine, great job. Christine has ordered the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership and 360-Degree Leader. Kenya, you and I need to have a conversation, because I'm hearing for the first time on this call about your experience on the exam. So we need to have a chat for sure. You're wondering, if you're a member of the PMI, will they provide members the soft copy? Yeah, they give you a soft copy. So if you're a member of the PMI, they give you a soft copy. Yeah, absolutely. So I bought this copy for myself, of course, because it's not free. I was one of the first people to get their copy in the mail. So mine is going to be beaten up before everyone else's, with all this traveling up and down and PMBOK beating in different states. It's probably going to fall apart soon. But anyway, yeah, you can just pay them $65 and you get a copy of it. Yeah. Chris Clark says he uses it for self-defense. I tell you, isn't it something? Oh my goodness. Christine said, I bought a hard copy because I like to hold a book. I know. Isn't it? It's so good to be able to flip. I mean, PDFs are great, but I mean, just look at my highlighted book. I mean, it's nothing like it. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to give you guys, Anand is laughing. By the way, we've got other PMPs that I haven't given a shout out to on the YouTube. We got Anand and we've got BIM. We got quite a number of PMPs. That's why you want to sign up for the program, folks. And that's why you want to be on Savage on Saturday. We've been going to 2 hours. In fact, it's Easter weekend. I've got to be responsible. You guys have stuff you need to do. We just wanted to help someone who's going to take the exam based on the 6. I want to say a huge thank you to all of my PMP bosses, my dons, my PMP kings and queens. Appreciate you guys. And I hope we can do this again. I know you're PMPs now, and of course, you're going to be focusing on the next wave. But don't forget those who are still trying to get to shore, all right? Oh, PMI charges $49.50 for the PMBOK 6 hard copy. Oh, that's cheap. That's good. Thank you for letting me know that, Kenya. Awesome. Was that Kenya that chatted that in? Who is iPhone again? I can't remember who is iPhone. But oh, Shri, I see. Okay. I don't know why I thought you were Kenya. Thank you, Shri. Thank you very much. So guys, we've come to the end of our Savage on Saturday for the day. Those of you who are not signed up to the program, when you do, like a ref, I was speaking to a ref and telling him he was meant to be on the other platform, because we've got a different platform where we share PowerPoints, everyone's camera can be seen, and we have a lot of interactive chats and stuff. All right, so those of you who are about to sign up for the program, I look forward to seeing you in there. My PMP champions, thank you very much, folks. Have a nice rest of the weekend. Those of you in Europe, have a nice long weekend. And we'll see you again next week, hopefully. Hey, Anand, maybe it will be your turn next week. Bye, folks. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you for making it a success. Olivia, we need to have a conversation. Shoot me an email, please. Thank you, folks. Bye for now. Speak to you again next week.